Well, voter fraud is ubiquitous in the United States. No matter how much MSNBC insists it doesn't exist, it does exist. Let's look at this very congressional district where we're conducting this interview today. The congressional district we're sitting in, the seat is held by Deborah Wasserman-Schultz. She was challenged in the Democratic primary by a local attorney named Tim Canova. Canova was a Bernie Sanders supporter, and his candidacy was fueled very much by Deborah Wasserman-Schultz's role in helping Hillary illegitimately steal the Democratic nomination from Sanders through manipulation of the party rules, something that we learned and is indelible because of the disclosures by WikiLeaks. All of the polling and the results of mass canvassing showed that Canova would defeat Wasserman-Schultz, yet on primary day, the Congresswoman prevailed. So Canova, after some consideration, filed a public records request under Florida state law to examine the paper ballots in that race. Florida has a very strict, very tight, and very productive public records law, but the Broward County Board of Elections, who were in the custody of those who had those ballots in their custody, stonewalled the public records request for 6 months. Extraordinary. Then, when Canova went to court to seek a court order to the board to turn over those ballots, well, lo and behold, the Board of Elections has destroyed them, violating both federal law, which requires all ballots and all records from the election be maintained for 24 months after the election, and state law, which required that they be turned over under the public records request. Bottom line, the Broward County Supervisor Elections, Brenda Stipes, should be indicted for criminal activity and sent to prison. But this is endemic. It's typical of the kind of voter fraud that we see. And in this case, I'm highlighting voter fraud between two liberals in a Democratic primary. So yes, I have no doubt whatsoever that voter fraud is commonplace in America. And that puts aside the question of voter manipulation. That is to say, the manipulation of these computerized voting machines. A voting machine is essentially just a simple computer. They can be manipulated by buying a $15 device that is available at Best Buy. Now, fortunately, every voting machine in the country is not centrally connected to one server. They're usually connected to a server within the county or city where the machines are in use. But the machines are very easily manipulated, and the only way you can ascertain whether this has happened is by conducting a true exit poll in a given polling place and then comparing those results with the machine results. If there is a wide swing in the results, well, then that's evidence of voter machine manipulation. The president needs to impose a broad-based electoral vote reform in this entire area. The reason the states are not cooperating is because they are covering up voter fraud at all levels, particularly in the maintaining of their voter lists.